It's tarot time.
Tonight, we unravel a story written in the stars. I will tell you of a woman named Nalia, a potter who lived in a river valley at the dawn of a new age. When clay was currency, water was worship, and intuition was a language few dared to speak aloud. Her hands shaped the vessels her people depended on, but even she did not understand the quiet force that lived inside her palms. Not yet. Nalia's village rose from mud brick and reed, clustered close to a restless river. The kiln sat at the heart of it all, breathing smoke into the sky from sunrise to sunset. And every morning, Nalia stood before it, shaping clay with a concentration so deep it felt like prayer. Though she would never have used that word. She believed she was simply skilled. She believed her steady hands were the result of practice, nothing more. But life has a way of revealing the truth when a soul is finally ready to see it. One dry season, the river began to shrink. At first it was subtle, a lower bank, a slower current. But soon the once roaring water was reduced to a thin ribbon glinting with desperation in the morning light. Fear crept into the village like a shadow that would not leave. On the third day of the drought, a mother brought her feverish son to Nalia's workshop. The boy refused all water, except from a small clay cup Nalia had shaped months earlier. When the cup touched his lips, his breathing softened. The fever eased, the sweat on his forehead cooled like dew. Word spread quickly, too quickly. By sunset, villagers gathered at Nalia's door, whispering that her vessels brought calm, that they carried something different. She waved it away, insisting it was coincidence, craftsmanship, nothing mysterious. But fear makes people attentive, and they watched her hands as if they held the rising sun. That evening, as she cleaned her tools, the village quieted around her. Then she smelled something unfamiliar, a blend of river moss and ritual incense. A traveler had arrived. He was an elder water priest named Eris, wrapped in layered fabric dyed with natural blues. He carried a wooden staff etched with wave patterns. His eyes studied everything, especially Nalia.
I hear your vessels bring peace.
They are just cups, nothing more.
Eris smiled, but it was not a kind smile. It was the smile of someone who knows the truth long before you are willing to say it.
Show me!
Nalia wanted to refuse, but something in his voice, steady, knowing, pushed her forward. She shaped the clay as she always did. Steady palms, slow breath, gentle pressure. But today the air shifted. Dust hung suspended as though listening. A single drop of water rolled down her wrist and didn't fall. It clung to her skin, trembling like a pulse. Eris whispered, not to her but to the room itself.
Do you feel how the world holds its breath around you?
She did, and that terrified her. Still, she fired the vessel. When it emerged from the kiln, it glowed faintly in the dim light, subtle but unmistakable. Eris bowed his head.
You were born with a river inside you, and your vessels let others drink from it.
Nalia stepped back. This was too much. She wasn't a priest. She wasn't chosen by anything. She was just a woman who worked with clay because it fed her village and quieted her mind.
I shape cups, not destinies.
But Eris only knelt, pressed his palm against the new vessel, and whispered a single phrase that struck her heart like a drumbeat.
Intuition is not accidental.
That night she couldn't sleep. She turned those words over and over in her mind as the dying river whispered against the rocks. What if her talent wasn't talent? What if it was something deeper, something she had ignored for years? At dawn, everything changed. The river did not simply shrink. It stopped completely. Silence filled the valley like smoke. Panic spread, crops withered under the heat. Children cried. Elders pressed their palms to the riverbed as if begging it to breathe again. Eris turned to Nalia.
It is time.
No, I don't want this.
You are chosen.
I never asked to be.
And there in those 5 words, her truth cracked open. She feared the responsibility more than the drought. She feared being seen. She feared being needed. But the village waited, eyes wide, breaths trembling, hearts open. Nalia stepped toward her workshop on shaking legs.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Eris placed his hand over hers.
You do. You always have.
She shaped the clay slowly, feeling her heartbeat travel through her arms, into the earth, into the vessel, rising beneath her fingertips. It was not artistry. It was surrender. It was recognition. It was the first true acceptance of the quiet voice inside her. When she finished, the vessel felt warm. She filled it with the last cup of river water and held her breath. The water rippled, though there was no wind. The villagers gasped. The surface shimmered with soft light. They drank, and calm spread through the valley like a returning tide. That night, while the villagers slept in peace for the first time in weeks, Nalia sat by the empty riverbed. She felt something shift beneath her feet, a deep, ancient stirring. Moments later, the river surged back to life, fuller and brighter than before. Moonlight danced on the waves. The water sang. Eris stood beside her.
You accepted the truth.
No, the truth accepted me.
And in that moment, she finally understood the Ace of Cups. The first blessing, the overflowing beginning, the moment a gift becomes a calling. My seeker. The world is full of such beginnings. You carry your own vessel inside you, your intuition, your creativity, your quiet knowing. You may not believe it yet. You may call it coincidence or luck or skill. But tell me, when your gift reveals itself as something sacred, not accidental, do you embrace the responsibility it brings, or do you shrink from what your soul is asking you to become?